that you need to do for your mini sessions, our Zoom sessions, and any add-on sessions that you might want to do. So when I say please make sure you're warmed up, ready for this particular session, and you need to have mobilised your shoulders, your neck and your spine, these are the exercises that I'm referring to. So they'll take about 5 minutes and I'm going to go through them now. So we start off, obviously you will check through your posture, make sure you're posturally correct, and then we'll start to mobilise the shoulders. So on your next breath in, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Blowing out, rolling your shoulders, shoulder blades down your back, and continuing with your movement. So remembering you're always working at your own pace, working with your breath, and it's a really good opportunity to start to settle in and focus on Pilates breathing before you go into your main exercises. You can see I'm going further and further back here. So the movement gets wider and wider with the arms, and eventually to take both arms up over your head and to continue around from there. And feel that you are really stretching right up to your arms, your hands, your fingers, your fingertips, keeping that stretch, that reach going all the way through. So really try and focus on getting as wide a range of movements as you can through your shoulders. So maintaining that now, we'll move it into balance. So breathe in, sweeping the arms up, gently lifting the heels. Breathe out, drawing the shoulders back, taking the heels down. So we'll just add these in as we're going, mobilising the ankles, the feet and the toes. And this one now, your last one. Back to start position, shaking it all out, ankles and the feet to shake. We'll come to chest stretch now. Arms behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Keep the shoulders where they are, releasing your hands, and ready to move on to your neck. So coming into nods, we're taking a breath in. So you breathe out, so nodding the chin down towards your chest. Holding to breathe in. Your 2 movements now in one. So you breathe out, you need to push into the back of your neck with the pull up from the crown. So we're going to stay here to take a few of these movements. Excuse me, because I'm just going to adjust the camera. So you need to make sure that you're stacking those vertebrae directly one over the next and creating some space between those vertebrae. And it's so important that you do this one correctly. So make sure you don't just push back, you're pushing back with the lengthening up from the crown, and aim to stack those vertebrae directly one over the next. So this one now, your last one. Slowly back up, shoulders relaxed. We'll take your stretch now down the side of your neck. Left hand comes onto your right shoulder. Make sure you don't move through the waist. We're taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, you easing the right shoulder away. Right ear goes up towards the ceiling. Keep on easing the right shoulder away. Breathe in to bring your head to centre. Releasing your arm, changing over, just ease that left shoulder away. So make sure the shoulder doesn't come along with the neck. Back to centre. We're going to do one more to each side. It's a really good one to do, this one, if you know that you tend to be tight into this area. So this one, your last one. Back to your start position, rolling the shoulders round. We're going to move on now to flat back, and this is a really, really good exercise for stretching out the spine, creating some space between the vertebrae. So please make sure you've got a chair or something of similar height. So it's going to bring over my chair. So remember, when you're doing your flat back, you need to go right up to whatever you're going to stretch from. So be careful that you don't do this. You're not leaning into it. So you're coming right up to it, placing your hands. You're then engaging the core, and we're walking back now. I'm just going to try and get sideways onto you. Walking back, you're pushing your tail away, and this is your flat back stretch. So you would just hold it here, taking a few breaths. A deep breath in, blowing out. So even as you're just holding it here now, the spine is starting to open out. You're creating a little bit of space between those vertebrae. And then when you're ready, we start to mobilise your lumbar spine. So remember, it's the abdominals doing the work, taking a breath in. So you breathe out, you're pulling your tail forward, that's all. breathe in to go back to neutral. We're not moving into the mid-back just yet. So breathing out, you just pull your tail forward, breathe in to go back to neutral spine. So really, really important that we're just mobilising these lumbar vertebrae to start with. So once you're sure you've got your lumbar moving, we'll bring this up into the rest of the spine. And again, focus on your abs doing the work. Breath in as you breathe out, you're pulling the tail forward, you're drawing the head towards the tail. And this gives you a really good stretch all the way down your spine. So when you get to your furthest point, try and draw the head even closer to the tail even closer to the head. Breath in as you breathe out, push through the tail to come back to flat back. We're doing the same thing again. Breath in as you breathe out, pull the tail forward, draw the head towards the tail. Scoop your abs right into your spine. Breath in as you breathe out, go back to your flat back. I've got one more. Breath in as you breathe out, pull the tail forward, draw the head towards the tail. So to your furthest point, breath in as you breathe out, you push your tail away, back to flat back. And then being careful now how you release. You need to push your hips forward, push your knees forward, use your abdominals, and slowly and curl back to standing. Well done. Roll the shoulders round. So that's your flat back. Just checking on the time here. So they are your minimum warm-up exercises before you go into your any of your sessions. Zoom, mini sessions or add-on sessions. You need to do those as a minimum. If you've got time, I would encourage you to do the roll down now, because we won't include the roll down in those sessions. So if you've got time, please go ahead and do your roll down. Otherwise, the ones we've done just there now are your minimum exercises for those sessions. So I hope you found that helpful and useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.